accessing your credit unless it's you, and then or somebody you want to give permission to, and you can do that as well. You just have to call ahead and remove the freeze before you say go into the car dealership to buy your car or what have you. So you want to do that. You want to make sure you put a freeze on it. You want to get all three of your credit reports, just like I said. And from where? www.annualcreditreport.com. That's where you want to get them from. So you want to do that. So when you get your credit reports, what are you looking for? First of all, you're looking for any unfamiliar accounts. If you haven't done anything recently with your credit or what have you, you want to look for anything that's new that's on your credit report, an account that you don't know, a name that you don't know, a company that you don't recognize. You want to look for those things. At the same time, maybe one of the better or best places to start is the inquiry section. So scroll on down. It's usually toward the end. It's not up top or anything of that nature. It's usually toward the end. Scroll down. If you printed it out, go to some of the last few pages and look at your inquiries. So that's where they are looking at your credit. Anytime you apply for credit, it's going to show up in that inquiry. And if you haven't applied for credit at all, you'll see exactly where they applied to. Because it's important to do this. Let me tell you why it's so important to do this. Everything that you're approved for doesn't necessarily show up on your credit report right away. Sometimes it takes 30 days to show up. I sold one home, moved in another home. My new mortgage did not show up on my credit report for 4 months. So what you want to do is look at those inquiries, and you can see everywhere that somebody has applied for credit in your name. And like I said, you get dinged those points, whether you're approved or denied. Same thing here. That's going to show up on your credit report, whether you're approved or you're denied. So you want to make sure that you know every place that that person has gone to look at your gone to apply for credit, because then maybe you can stop it. Maybe you need to give those places a call. It hasn't you see them on your credit report, but it hasn't shown up yet as an account on your credit report. You might be able to nip it in the bud right there, and it might even give you a clue of where that person lives, what kind of things are they trying to do on your credit report. All those kinds of things may be clues that are placed in those inquiries. So you want to make sure that you go look at the inquiries on there, so you can try to eliminate what might be going on with your credit. So make sure that you absolutely do that. Check out those inquiries, and then you want to contact all of those creditors. You've got new stuff on your credit report that you didn't do. You need to contact all of those creditors. Call them all up. Tell them, hey, this is not me. It is fraud. And you're going to be requesting things from them. I want to see every piece of paper that has anything to do with me and my name, my social security number, my birth date. You want every single thing that they have on you, and you need it to you ASAP, immediately. You want to get that stuff to you. So make sure that you do that. You contact them all, even those ones that are on the inquiries, and you don't see it showing up. Contact each and one of them, and whatever they have, whatever it is they have them send it to you. You want to see the application. You want to see what they said your income was. You want to see what they said your address was. You want to see what they said where you worked. All of those things you want to see and you want to get. Now, part of this, you're doing the fraud division's job, because I'm not necessarily 100% confident that, they're going to be looking little old Mary Smith, and they're worried about little old Mary Smith and her fraud case because somebody bought a TV in her name. So you want to make sure that you do all of these things to protect yourself. So you want to contact all those creditors, and you want to get that information from them. So you definitely need to do that. And when you do that, you've already filed your police report. So you're going to give them, all those creditors as well, that number. And you're going to give them the number that's associated with your report. So make sure you do that. If you hadn't already signed up with a place, like Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, or whatever, then you can do that. Now, not necessarily so you can check your credit report all the time. This is not something that you do, but you want to do this mainly for looking at your credit, and because some of these places like Credit Karma, Credit Sesames, and whatnot, they have some sort of free credit monitoring. So if you have an inquiry and you didn't do anything, you're probably going to get an email. It may not be an email that's flagged and red and says fraud alert and all that stuff, but it may mention, hey, you had an inquiry here or there, and you didn't. It's some sort of form of credit monitoring. So make sure you sign up with some of those places as well, so you can help yourself. You can help protect yourself. So you can do that with like free credit monitoring at places like the Credit Karmas that I mentioned before. And then contacting the credit bureaus. So you're going to contact the credit bureaus, right? You're going to put the freeze on. You're going to let them know it's a fraud thing. So they're going to put the fraud alert on your credit report. And especially since this person does not really deal with their credit, since Equifax had that breach a couple of years ago, then there could be an issue there. And it's possible, maybe, even if you're just discovering it this week, it's possible that maybe you were a part of that breach. So you're going to contact Equifax. You're going to say, hey, I might have been part of this breach. I know I'm way, way behind. You told people to, check it 2 years ago, a year ago, or whatever. But, these people might have got my information because of you, and see what they say. Maybe you can get in on the fact that they, gave out free credit monitoring for a year and a half, 2 years, whatever it is. People got a couple dollars back or whatever. So you're going to contact Equifax and see what's up. And speaking of Equifax, and I didn't even think to write this down. When we were talking about apps last week, and I said TransUnion has an app and Experian has an app, and I said I was surprised Equifax did not have an app. Somebody contacted me after the show and said, hey, remember the breach that Equifax had? Well, they removed their app because of that breach. So maybe that's why Equifax does not actually have an app. And I said last week I was surprised that they didn't have it. I just wasn't thinking about that at all. So again, listeners to the 800 Credit Score Man Show, contributing mightily to the show. So if you got anything that, I misspoke, I said something wrong, you got a different opinion or whatever, doesn't matter. Hit me up, 800@creditscoreman.com, 800@creditscoreman.com. You can absolutely do that. You got a suggestion for the show, got something that you want me to talk about, you want to discuss on the show, hit me up. I'm going to take topics all day. A lot of the topics come from my interactions with individuals throughout the week. And then that becomes the topic of the show. So make sure you hit me up if you've got any kind of suggestions. And so that's pretty much what I got for you today. I want to thank you guys for coming in and listening to the 800 Credit Score Man Show. I did have a question of the day. Now, I'll just go ahead and save that for next week, my question of the day. We'll use that one next week about checking your credit report and what a young lady wrote me. But again, contact me, 800@creditscoreman.com. That's how you can catch me on email. And again, any of those platforms. Share the show. And you didn't do it when I asked you to do it at the beginning, but now you can share the show. It's the end of the show. You can share the show. So look, thank you for coming in and listening to the 800 Credit Score Man Show. I think we're going to let Carter take us out of here today. So thank you.
The 800 Credit Score Man